Great big howdy to you. Welcome to Martha White's Grand Ole Opry Show. Earl Scruggs, let's do a little banjo picking, short and bread. Let's see.
When one thinks of folk music, all different types of playing styles and instruments come into the mind. In particular, the banjo. The banjo is now well known for its part in bluegrass, country, and jazz, but did not originally start this way. The blueprints of the banjo stretch all the way to West Africa. The first banjos were made out of various animal skins that were stretched over different gourds. One of these instruments include the akonting, a folk music instrument of the Hola people. The akonting is a three-stringed instrument with a long neck and body made from the calabash gourd, with goat skin stretched over it. This is just one of the 60 possible predecessors that helped create the banjo we know today. The modern banjo came into creation around the 16 and 1700s when African slaves brought their instruments to America. The American colonists took interest in these instruments and created the 5-string banjo we know today. At first, these banjos were used to play different styles of old-time American music. The most prominent technique that was used was called the claw hammer. This was done by the hand, assuming a claw-like shape and striking down on the strings. It included different elements of melody, harmony, rhythm, and percussion. However, this style was difficult to learn and more so to master. This led to the musician Earl Scruggs to create the three-finger method, otherwise known as the Scruggs style. This style was where the player used his or her thumb, first, and middle fingers to pick the strings. This has now gone to become the most popular way to play the banjo and brought the banjo into bluegrass. Along with the transition to bluegrass, a new addition to the banjo, a resonator, was added to the back of the banjo. This resonator gave the banjo a louder and twangier sound. This design of the banjo is the modern conception and most common form of the banjo. Even now, different musicians continue to evolve the banjo, such as the case with the artist Bela Fleck. Bela Fleck would often be called on to play less traditional genres of the banjo, such as rock, electronic, and etc. Later, Bela Fleck would become one of the founders of the band Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, along with Victor Wooten and Roy Wooten, otherwise known as the Future Man. The band typically performs a mixture of traditional bluegrass music with electronic and jazz influences. The banjo is a quintessential instrument in the creation of American musical culture and will forever live as a symbol of folk culture.